In a powerful tribute to their ancestors' valor, the Kuki-Zo community in Sadar Hills, Kangpokpi district, came together to mark the 107th anniversary of the Anglo-Kuki War, which they considered as a war of independence that India forgot. Organized under the aegis of the Committee on Tribal Unity, the significant observance aligned with similar commemorations across the region. The event took place at the Lolong village, where the statue of Kotinthang, a revered yet one of the unsung heroes of the Kuki resistance, better known as Kilkhong, was erected in 2013. Kotinthang or Kilkhong was the chief convener of the Anglo-Kuki War 1917 to 1919. He hosted the famous feast called Sazamtha on March 1917 at Zampi village, where all the Kuki chiefs pledged to fight the British hegemony for the independence of India. Well known for his valor and statesmanship, Kilkhong led the war and incurred heavy losses on the British forces. He was arrested along with other leading Kuki chiefs and imprisoned at Sadia, Assam, and at Cellular Jail, Andaman and Nicobar Island. The commemorating ceremony at the Lolong village paid homage to the Kuki warriors who fought in the 1917-1919 Anglo-Kuki War, with a solemn candlelight vigil and a poignant gun salute honoring their courage and sacrifice. This commemoration not only celebrated the spirit of resilience, but also reinforced the enduring legacy of the Kuki heroes. NG Loon Kipgan, spokesperson for the Committee on Tribal Unity, delivered a passionate address during the 107th Anglo-Kuki War commemoration, underscoring the Kuki-Zo community's long-standing contributions to the making of India. He reflected on the Anglo-Kuki War as a pivotal moment in India's struggle against British colonial rule, where Kuki forefathers made the ultimate sacrifice for their land and people. Kipgan lamented that despite the Kuki warriors' courage and dedication, the Anglo-Kuki War remains largely unrecognized by the nation and government, calling it one of the forgotten wars of independence. He emphasized the need for the government to acknowledge the significance of this chapter in India's history, stating that the bravery and commitment of the Kukis to safeguard their homeland played a crucial role in shaping the nation. Highlighting the honesty, sincerity, and indomitable spirit of the Kuki people, Kipgan urged the government to formally recognize the Anglo-Kuki War as part of the broader narrative of India's fight for freedom. He also drew a parallel to the ongoing conflict that began on May 3, 2024, emphasizing that the Kuki-Zo community will continue to defend their rights and ancestral land with the same resolve and unity that their forefathers displayed. Our forefathers fought fiercely to protect their land and identity, and as long as there is blood in our veins, we will carry forward their legacy, Kipgan stated, making it clear that the Kuki-Zo community remains committed to standing firm in the face of challenges, just as they did during the Anglo-Kuki War.
Anglo-Kuki War, 1917 to 1919, Kumtum Sunga, Kuki ke Zalen Nading Setengle, Sapkang ke Ipui Paterin Anadowa, Gamla Namadinga Hinfo Anatan Ho, Zana Pena Nifo, Yaldo Nifo Ahitantilhanin, Dunin, Nampi Volunteer Hon, Ipui Pateo, Galhang Ho, Zana Pena Anigin.
Today we are gathered here at Talolong at the Kilkhong Memorial Statue, commemorating the 107th, the Anglo-Kuki War, which was fought with the mighty Britishers for the span of 3 years from 1917 to 1919, which unfortunately has been forgotten by our nation and even the historian. So we would like to remind the people of this great nation, Mother India, that the Kuki-Zo communities have contributed as much as the other Indians. So please take cognizance of this. In fact, the 18th long conflict which has started since yesterday, should be a reminder that the Kuki Zoo will fight for our rights, will fight for our land as long as our blood runs in our vein.
The Kuki Zo people across Tengnopal district also held a commemorative event today to mark the 107th anniversary of the Anglo-Kuki War 1917 to 1919 at the border town Moray under the aegis of Hill Tribal Council. The event, which took place at the HTC Conference Hall in Moray, honored the bravery and sacrifices of Kuki warriors who fought against British colonial forces to defend their freedom and identity. The commemoration began with traditional rituals to pay homage to the fallen heroes, followed by a garlanding ceremony at the statue of Chengzapao Aisanpa in Paitam Veng Moray. Speeches from leaders, historians, and community members emphasized the significance of the Anglo-Kuki War, reflecting on its impact and ongoing relevance to the Kuki Zo people's struggle for self-determination and justice. In a message to attendees, the HTC urged the Kuki Zo people to remain united and resilient, viewing the anniversary as both a remembrance of the past and a continued journey towards equality and dignity. Later in the evening, a candlelight vigil was also held at Chengzapao Aisanpa statue site, paying tribute to the Kuki warriors.
Today on the 17th of October, we are commemorating 107 years of Anglo-Kuki War. On this very day, to remember all our great forefathers and great fighters, we have the statue of one of them, that is called Chengzapao, Si Aisanpa. This morning, the CSOs of Moray, under the leadership of HTC, NYC, and KSO, we have garlanded our great forefather, great fighter statue. This is the beginning of today.
Today at Moray, Hill Tribal Council Conference Hall, we, the Kuki Jo people of Moray, have a commemoration of Anglo-Kuki War 1917 to 1919. The brave, the valor, and the freedom movement that our forefathers have fought against the British Empire. So it inspired us to move forward stronger, and I would suggest the youth to live a life as brave as our forefathers, to go for freedom, and like our forefathers did, to save and to live as a proud people. Our motto is in defense of our land and freedom. So we should uphold this motto.
In Churachandpur, Lamka as well, the 107th Anglo-Kuki War was commemorated. In a scathing statement, the Kuki Students Organization, KSO, has condemned the Manipur government's ongoing refusal to officially commemorate the Anglo-Kuki War 1917 to 1919, accusing the Meitei-led administration of systematically erasing Kuki history. The KSO expressed outrage at the government's failure to declare a public holiday on October 17 to honor the anniversary of the historic anti-colonial uprising, labeling the silence as part of a deliberate attempt to suppress the identity and heritage of the Kuki people. The KSO pointed out that the state had only once in 2019 reluctantly acknowledged Kuki Rising Day as a restricted holiday after decades of appeals. However, the government has since abandoned this recognition, which the KSO attributes to pressure from dominant Meitei groups. The organization called this silence a revelation of the state's complicity in marginalizing the Kuki people, portraying the government's actions as a concerted effort to erase the contributions of the Kuki community to this region's anti-colonial history. The Anglo-Kuki War, the statement said, was a pivotal event not only for the Kuki people but also for the history of Manipur, involving the largest military operations conducted in this part of India according to historical records. The KSO criticized the Manipur government for refusing to acknowledge these facts, likening the situation to an Orwellian agenda that seeks to obliterate Kuki history while elevating Meitei narratives. Can there be integrity when your history is attacked, omitted, and obliterated? The KSO asked, accusing the government of pursuing a false sense of unity that disregards the emotional and historical integrity of the tribal people. The Kuki community, they said, is being forced to accept Meitei history as their own, while their own past is systematically erased. The KSO's statement went further, endorsing the demand for a separate administration for the Kuki people, citing the government's failure to respect their culture and identity. They declared that the Anglo-Kuki War would forever remain a central part of their history, regardless of state recognition. In a powerful closing statement, the KSO warned that truth will always prevail, emphasizing that the ongoing erasure of Kuki history by what they termed habitual deceivers would not succeed in silencing their people. They urged the broader Indian public to recognize the contributions of the Kuki people who had supported India's freedom struggle without demanding anything in return, only to face continued marginalization today.